In the past few days, we've seen insane amount of APYs here on SundaeSwap, from 500% to 300%. And right now, as of recording this video, we're actually at 186%. Why didn't I take advantage of this opportunity? Well, I was away for holidays, and when I'm actually on holidays, I don't touch anything crypto related. And right now you can see that we're around about 186%. Now the question that you may be asking yourself, is it too late for you to take advantage of this yield farming, provide liquidity, so that you can obviously accumulate SundaeSwap tokens? If I just click on this one here, which is SundaeSwap, which is ADA and World Mobile Token, you can actually, let's go to liquidity over here. In my previous videos, I covered how to provide liquidity, and on that example, I just put in 16 ADA, and you can see the amount of SundaeSwap that I have accumulated here, which is about 8 SundaeSwap token. It's a lot compared to what you're getting on the stake pools. So is it too late for you to take advantage of the opportunity? I don't think it's too late. Remember, the liquidity mining for SundaeSwap is still going to be going on for a couple of months. So right now, the question that you may be asking yourself, is there still an opportunity for you to make money by providing liquidity right here within the 186 APRs? For me, I think there is still an opportunity, because the liquidity mining here on SundaeSwap is going to go on for a couple of months. So I already have some funds here in my wallet, so I'm just going to make sure that I'm on the main net here. That's correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the liquidity, provide on the liquidity that I've added before. So I'm just going to say provide liquidity over here. And obviously we've got World Mobile Token and ADA. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to max out the ADA, then it's going to pick the rest of the currency. Remember that when we're actually providing liquidity, we put an equal proportion in terms of a dollar value of each currency. So now that I've got that sorted out, I'm just going to say provide liquidity, and over here we can see more details with regards to our LP tokens. Remember, when we're providing liquidity, we're moving our funds from our wallet. From here you can see that I've got about 240 ADA and about 326 World Mobile Token. So when I actually provide liquidity, these funds are going to be gone from my wallet. What I'm going to be holding in return is actually something called an LP token, which is a true representative of my percentage towards that stake pool. So let's go ahead and provide liquidity. I am going to go and sign this in. So you can see here it says transaction queued, which basically means we have to wait on that chain. Remember that the transactions here are very, very slow, because right now Cardano blockchain is unable to deal with this influx of transactions happening at the same time. When you actually move away from this and come and check the queue over here, you can see that obviously there's a lot of queue when it comes to SundaeSwap, but I'm assuming maybe this is only for swapping. I'm not sure if it's groups everything, but remember, we're just using World Mobile Token, and the reason why I'm using this one is basically because there isn't much demand on those currency pairs compared to SundaeSwap. It's not because I want to hold World Mobile Token or anything. So after waiting, what's going to happen is that the funds are obviously going to move from our wallet, and we'll have LP tokens. Then we'll have to take those LP tokens and then do something called yield farming. So the first step here was to provide liquidity. The next step will be actually doing something called yield farming. But in order for us to actually do yield farming, we have to wait for our order to be executed first. So I'm not sure how long that is going to take, but I guess we have to wait. All right, now we're back. If you actually come to orders, you can see that it was actually executed. So everything was completed. So what we have to do now is to click on liquidity. I don't know if you can tell that I'm now recording this at night. If you cannot, then it will be great, because I can just record as many videos as possible even during nighttime. You can see that the APR has went down in the past couple of hours, and here we can see the amount of tokens that we have, and this is our position in with regards to yield farming. Remember, as much as we provided liquidity over here, we still have our LP tokens in our wallet. Remember, when you provide liquidity, you no longer have those funds in your wallet. However, you'll be holding LP tokens. Now these LP tokens can be sent to a different protocol, provided that protocol is obviously using the same blockchain. But what we want to do in this case is to take our LP tokens and provide liquidity. So I'm going to click here, and then I want to stake my LP tokens. So we gonna be moving these LP tokens over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and stake them. I'm gonna leave it at 100% and I'm gonna go ahead and stake this. So now once this transaction is actually confirmed, I don't think this one has to actually go and sit on the queue. You can see it's pending over here. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. But basically what we're doing now is just removing our LP tokens from our wallet and we're actually staking them. You can see it hasn't been executed yet. But the moment you do that, these tokens will actually move away from here and then you'll be now staking. Basically, you're making money by providing liquidity, meaning you'll be earning those transaction fees, but now you're also accumulating SundaeSwap tokens in a form of liquidity mining with regards to yield farming. I hope I make sense. So now when we actually come to our wallet, you can see that the LP tokens here will be gone. You can see those LP tokens are gone, which means we have successfully provided liquidity and did something called yield farming. Now if I come to my yield farming position over here, you can see that now I have 2 positions opened. Now if I click on that and maybe just scroll down, you can see this was our first position that we did 22 days ago, and this is the one that we did today. And it's very fascinating to see the total value locked in terms of yield farming, and it's very fascinating to see the total value locked, how it has increased since then. So that's also the reason why the APR has gone down, simply because there are more and more people providing liquidity and staking their LP tokens. So the more people provide liquidity on the platform and do yield farming, the more this number here will actually go down. So that's very fascinating to see the comparison of what was a number 22 days ago and when you actually look at the number today. So whenever I want to withdraw my liquidity, I can come here and withdraw the liquidity, or I can just harvest my rewards. Obviously we have 8 days left for me to do that. As you can see here, it says you'll be able to harvest your rewards in 8 days. However, if you wanted to change your mind, you can always come back here and just withdraw your funds instantly. So that means you'll miss out on the liquidity mining. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, if you want to invest your money in liquidity pools and do yield farming, is that you have to use a small portion of your portfolio, because obviously here we have impermanent losses. So the higher the fluctuation on those underlying assets, the more you are exposed to those impermanent losses. So if you really want to provide liquidity and do yield farming, you have to keep in mind the concept of impermanent losses. Obviously I went extensively on discussing what are impermanent losses in the video popping up here on top, but I'm also going to link that in the end of this video for those of you who haven't checked it out yet. But basically impermanent losses will happen the more the price move away from the date where you actually provided liquidity. So if the price stays relatively the same within the same price range or moving sideways from the time of you providing liquidity to the time of you withdrawing your liquidity, you will actually experience less to none impermanent losses. But if the price of those underlying assets or deposited assets actually fluctuate and go up or down in value, that's when you can actually experience something called impermanent losses. But obviously I'll go into more details with regards to what are impermanent losses in the video popping up on the screen right now. So go ahead and check that out. I will see you there. Goodbye. Peace.